Hey homegirls, welcome to my channel. It is Friend Friday, so let's get started. For our first craft, we're going to be using a drawstring bag. I picked these up from Target in their dollar spot, and then these hearts I picked up from the Dollar Tree and some painter's tape. This project is the easiest project ever, and it is such a cute gift to give people. If you're looking for a gift to a loved one or a friend or a teacher that is different and unique, but yet homemade, and put some thought into it. So you're going to lay out your painter's tape just like you saw me do here, and then you're going to take your red paint and tap on the paint so it doesn't bleed underneath that painter's tape, since we're working on fabric. Now we're creating a tic-tac-toe line grid here because this is going to be a little travel and go tic-tac game. I just think this is the cutest gift ever, and I'm planning on giving this to a couple of people in my own personal life that I know has kids on the go all the time. It's a great distraction to keep in your bag. Once everything is dried, you're going to go ahead and move over to the hearts. Now each bag is going to need 5 pink and 5 red, and then you're going to take some white paint for the red hearts, and then you're just going to, with a small paintbrush, paint on the X's, and with the pink you're going to paint on the black O's. Once the paint has dried, take your Mod Podge and you're going to cover them so that way the letters don't chip off over time. Today, my partner for Friend Friday is Kathy from My DIY. Kathy is a DIYer just like I am, and she loves to craft. Head over to her channel and check out what her projects are so that we can double up your ideas on crafting before you go into the weekend. And if you like what you see, click her subscribe button, but most of all, make sure you let her know that I sent you that way. Leave her a little heart or a little flower letting her know that you came by to say hi. Now this next craft is probably the one I'm most excited to share with all of you. I don't know if any of you have been to Disneyland before and have gone down Main Street, but there's this little shop where you can get silhouettes hand cut out, and they charge a fortune for them. I love making these. I've made these for years, and people always ask me how I know how to do them, and I'm going to show my secret trick on how I do it. So first, you saw me taking a picture of my son, and you want to make sure the picture is on a white background. You can tell here that my printer was actually almost out of ink, so ignore that part. Real life, people. But you're going to have them face looking out away from the camera, have them stand up straight and tall, and get them in a comfortable looking position, but yet where you get a good shot of their silhouette. Then you're going to take your picture, print it out just like you saw me do, and then you're going to simply cut out all of those pictures. Once you've got them all cut out, you're going to take whatever cardstock you want. For Valentine's Day, I decided to go with pink and blue because I thought that would be really cute displayed in our home. And then you're going to simply trace them. Now, I think it's important to note the best results is make sure you print on photo paper because it is a great template when you're trying to trace onto a piece of cardstock. And then using a small pair of scissors works best, being able to cut out all these teeny tiny details on the silhouette. Take your time going around, don't rush it. I think that is one of the most important steps that I can share because you don't want to accidentally cut off a nose or a lip. Once you've got it all cut out, just check it over a little bit to make sure that there aren't any spots that you missed with the pencil lines, and then you're going to take that picture frame and you're going to take it apart because you want to get that little paper advertisement that's on the inside. You're going to lay that on a piece of cardstock to make sure that you have the right white cardstock width size, and then you're going to cut it down. And once you've got that all figured out, you're then going to use adhesive. Now you could technically use hot glue if you don't have, you know, crafting adhesive. Like I'm going to use my tape gun, you're going to see here, and I love this thing. I use it all the time whenever I'm crafting, But you're going to use whatever kind of adhesive you have on hand, and then you're just going to simply stick it right in the center. Make sure you check it in the frame so that you know that it's nice and centered, not kind of twisted or anything weird. And then you're just going to simply put it all back in place. Now real quick before we move on to the next craft, if you missed the invitation and you have a channel here on YouTube, I am hosting a new challenge series. Go watch the video, it's linked down below. All right, our next craft is it is actually my favorite one, just because this is a throwback to my scrapbook days. I used to make similar things like this. I know I said I really loved and was excited to show those silhouettes, but this one I'm so excited about. So you're going to need some Matchboxes, some ribbon to your liking, foam core board, and then some scrapbook paper again to your liking. Once you've got all of those supplies in hand, you're going to take 14 boxes and you're going to dump out all of the matches that are inside of them. I picked those matches up from the Dollar Tree. And then you're going to take some foam core board and cut them down to these sizes that you're going to need. This is such a fun project to do. It can be a little time consuming because you're going to be doing a lot of gluing with paper, but if you are already a paper loving, crafting kind of person, this is totally the project for you, and the end result is so stinking beautiful and cute to give to somebody as a gift or to display in your home. So you're going to take the exact same size for your cardstock to cover up that foam core board, because we don't want to have it just be that plain board. It looks really pretty when we layer it with really nice paper. And then you're going to flip it over to the other side, and before you put down more paper, you're going to take some ribbon, just like you're seeing me do here. And I think this ribbon is about 4 inches long. You don't have to make it this long, but I just like to make sure that nothing ever slips out, things stay in place. And you're going to just glue down your 4 ribbons. And you're going to notice how my foam core boards have a gap in between them, because if they are butted up too close to each other, you're going to have a problem when you try to close this, because we are making a little book spine. Once you've got that ribbon in place and you check to make sure that you can bend it nicely without having any issues, you're then going to go ahead and open it back up, and using again the same sizing as those foam cord pieces, and you're going to put on some more paper. At this point I'm using my hot glue gun because I want you to see that you can use hot glue with these kind of projects. I know back in the day when I used to be in the scrapbook industry, nobody would ever want it to use anything other than acid-free adhesive tape, and I loved it. It was a great product, but realistically you can use hot glue, or you can use Elmer's glue when you're doing those kind of things. It's just over time that sometimes you can see those glue, I don't know, signs coming through on your pictures, which is the reason why scrapbookers don't like to use anything that has that I can't remember what it was called, but like an acidy tape. Anyway, so go ahead and glue all of your paper down on your spine book. And then at that point, you're going to take 2 smaller pieces just by a hair, so you see that pretty cream border around it, and you're going to sandwich in a ribbon and hot glue on the cover. Now flip it back over to the inside, and you're going to figure out your placement with all of your little matchboxes. I love these little things. I think they are the cutest little boxes, and you can put so many things inside of them that are just cute little treats or little sayings, or I don't know, just things that would make someone feel special leading up to Valentine's Day. And you can also do this for someone for their birthday. You can do even more matchboxes and count down all the way to their birthday. You just would have to figure out the dimensions for the box. So I might do another one in the future if you girls are all interested in seeing one done in a larger setting for a birthday. Then you're going to take some ribbon, open up the box, and you are going to glue the 2 ends together, because we want to be able to create a little mini tab to be able to pull the box open. So put a tiny little bead of glue right inside, push it down, and now you can open the box without any issues. Once you've got all the boxes done, you're then going to take whatever pattern paper you would like or cardstock, and then you're just going to simply wrap it around the box and hot glue it all into place. This is probably the most consuming part with time, just because there's a lot of gluing and cutting, but again, if you are a paper crafter, like I said, this is the project for you. It's so fun to make these. Once all of your boxes are covered with pattern paper or cardstock, you're then going to start gluing them back down and into place as you figured out from earlier. And then just make sure you take your time gluing them down, because you're working with paper. Once it goes down, if you try to pick it back up, it is going to just rip the paper, and it's going to be such a heartbreak. I have had things like that happen before, so I always like to check twice, make sure things are in place before I start really gluing things down. Then when you close the book, you can see that everything fits so nicely in here, and this is the reason why I'm giving you the measurements, because I don't want you all to try to struggle to figure out the measurements. So I will also have a supply list down below with all the measurements and all of the things that I've used. I try to put links if I can find them to certain stores like the Dollar Tree. Sometimes it's hard to find links for their store, but I always try to put links. So make sure you check the supply list down below in the description box. To embellish the spine a little bit, I just took a little heart punch and I just went up the spine and just decorated it with a little bit of a cute pink heart. And now I'm going to take my stickers from the Dollar Tree. This is the smaller sticker fonts that they have, and I'm just going to number all of the boxes. Now these stickers do not have the best adhesive on the back of them. I love them and think that they are the cutest font, but over time I've noticed that if they're not sealed onto a project, sometimes they can peel off. So my advice is, once you get all of your stickers in place, you're going to want to make sure you figure out a way to put them on there permanently. You could use a little bit of glue underneath them, but I think that is a little bit too much work. So what I do is I just like to take some Mod Podge, and you're going to see me do it in a minute, where I just kind of lightly go over them, not caking it on, just kind of tapping it to keep it on there long term. Now a trick with these little letter stickers, they're kind of hard to handle sometimes, especially in tight spaces. I like to put them on a ruler just lightly on their ends, and then I put them down in place. So here I am with the Mod Podge. You can see that I'm just gently tapping, adding some on the top to seal it to the paper and making it look complete. Now we're going to move back over to the front side and embellish the front cover. I think this is so fun. I love doing these kind of paper crafts. You're going to just take whatever papers you want and start layering things. I love working with twine, so I always like to wrap it around whatever I'm layering and then just tie a cute little simple knot just like this. And then, because it's for Valentine's, I thought it would be really cute to put on the cover, "Be Mine." So here I am just picking out my letters and putting them on. To make this entire thing only cost me about $7, because I had a lot of the scrapbook paper on hand. So if you have to buy the paper, you could potentially have to pay a little bit more, but a lot of us already have these kind of papers on hand.
If you are new coming over from Kathy's channel, welcome. If you haven't clicked the subscribe button yet, I would love it if you considered to do that and join me here on my channel. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
For our next project, we're going to take 4 of these signs from the Dollar Tree, and with a butter knife, you're just going to shimmy it underneath it and pop it off. Some spots can be a little tricky to get underneath it, but once you do, they should pop off really easily. You're then going to take some white paint, and this is just really to be cautious to make sure nothing bleeds through on your paper and you can see the previous artwork that were on these signs. I'm just going to go over really quickly with some white paint to try to help camouflage them.
Once the paint is dried, you're then going to take some scrapbook paper, 12 by 12 in size, works great for 4 of these signs, and you're going to cut it down. Once you've got all 4 of them cut down, you're just going to double check one more time to make sure it's the right size, and then trim away any extra that might not or be hanging over the sides. Then you're going to take some more of that Mod Podge. I swear, I use this like on almost every single project. I really love the adhesive bonding abilities of Mod Podge. I don't know, I use it all the time. Do you all use it as much as me? Leave a comment down below. Okay, so once you've got those all glued down into place and you have some letters cut out, you can print them and cut them out. You can cut them on a Cricut or a Silhouette. You're also going to take this sign and we're going to hijack one of the hearts because we are going to paint it white. So pull off that ribbon and try to pull away as much of that adhesive as you can. You can take some sandpaper and sand away whatever is still on there, which is what you're going to see me do here. I just feel like it's the quickest way to get this stuff off on this particular heart that we're going to be using. Once you've got it all off and you've dusted it, making sure that there's no weird, sandy bits on it, you're then going to take some white paint and you're going to paint it all white. And after you've got it all painted white, you're then going to just put it to the side and let it dry, because we're going to move back over to our signs and getting those all set in place. Go ahead and take the Mod Podge again and you're going to glue down your letters. And this is because we want to make sure we really seal them to the sign so that over time they don't peel up or rip off. I then am going to make these look a little bit more like a Scrabble tile. I personally love Scrabble, and I actually looked up the value of each of these letters. Now you could do love, you could do home, you could get more signs and spell out your family's name. That could be really cute too. But Mod Podge down those letters and then move back over to your heart when it's dry. Take some twine or some ribbon or some of these little garland leaves that I picked those up from the Dollar Tree spot around Christmas time. I just have a whole bunch of it. I bought it in bulk basically because I loved it so much. But you can put whatever you want around the heart, and then you're going to just hot glue a little twine bow on top just to finish off the look on the front. I think little bows just always make things look so cute. I don't know what it is about bows, but I love bows. And then on the back side, I took 2 stacked up pieces of foam core that I cut down to size, and I'm going to line up my sign to make sure that when I put down the heart, it's going right into the spot that I want it to be. Now, a few of you have been asking how you can share projects with me. If you have an Instagram account, go ahead and tag me over there in your projects. I would love to give you credit and give you a little shout out on my stories. If not, you could always email them to me because I would love to see them there too. For our next project, we're going to take these beautiful stickers from the Dollar Tree and a charger that I spray painted white. Now, I have not seen anybody use these succulent stickers yet, and I was so excited when I realized that this was a giant heart, and I knew right away that I wanted to try to do something like this for you all. So take your heart, and it gets a little tricky around that beveled edge. You're going to push it down in there and just slowly massage it into place, and it should lay flat. Now you could stop there, which is beautiful to display in your home, or you could take it a step further, which is what I'm going to do. I'm taking some white and cream paint and just kind of, distressing it a little bit right in the middle, because I'm going to do something really cool for our home to personalize this plate. And this could be such a pretty gift to give somebody if you're looking again for a unique gift. You're then going to take the large letter stickers that they have there. Now we happen to have a long name, so I wanted you all to see that you can do a long name with a lot of letters. And you're just going to go right onto that white paint once it's dry. Then you're going to take the smaller stickers and you're going to spell out the and family. So I just think this would be so pretty at an entryway into someone's home to be able to display their family's name. And I love the shape of the heart with the succulents. I just think it is so perfect for Valentine's Day and spring leading into it. You can leave this up for quite some time in your front entryway and really get a home decor item that has a long lifetime. Versus, I know some people struggle because Valentine's Day is such a quick holiday and it's coming right off of Christmas, but this one, like I said, it can go into spring, which would be really pretty, almost even into summertime actually, because I think of succulents around summertime as well. So once it's all done and the stickers are in place, use some Mod Podge to seal it all. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below to let me know which one was your favorite for today. Thanks for being a friend, and until the next episode, bye homegirls!